Hello, I'm back again. I'm eating an apple. To make me into even more of an asshole. No, my computer locked up, like, just dead. But I can still hear YouTube, rather weirdly. So I'm guessing this apple is good. I'm guessing a video card thing. I've just worked out what it is. Ah, yeah. The low quality bloom is stronger than the high quality bloom. Yeah. This apple is fantastic. Do you have an apple? No? Then I am better than you. Okay, let's see if that fixes it. Lovely apple. Nom nom. Right. Now this is using the new Unity effects processor, which is supposed to appear on this screen, and it kind of does, but you'll notice that the bloom on the left and the bloom on the right do not look the same. I'm just going to check I'm not doing something really stupid like running bloom on there. Weird. I know what the issue is. I know exactly what it is. I don't know why. So the issue is very, very plain and simple. Add tab, inspector. This is white. Why is it white? It shouldn't be white. It's not supposed to be white. Why is red laser white? It's supposed to be not white. So the trail is fine. It's a dark, almost see-through colour. The cross cube is actually using the wrong material. I feel very stupid, by the way. This is something very simple, and just doesn't help that the preview doesn't look like the game. projectile script, cross cube equals laser trail. That is what wrong. And I'll check the colour of those materials just in case I have, you know, done goofed. It's just possible. It's also possible I didn't save it or I've lost it because I didn't blue screen. Just the computer just stopped working. Like in a kind of nothing is doing anything. So red laser, yeah, is white. Minty laser, default laser. So these are more like 32 or something. We'll try 64. I'd rather the lasers were a bit like default laser. I should now press Control S to make Unity save. And we'll see where we are. I'm good, Umbrella Droid. How are you? I bet in 10 seconds Umbrella Droid is going to ask what I'm writing. 9, 8. That's better. Oh, and it's the wrong colour? That's the wrong... Oh, is that just the impact? Oh, this should not be this hard. That's where it impacted. The light is blue. That I already know about. Cross cube is red. Trail is red. Okay. Fine. I will do the lights because I do want this to look good. Part of the goal with this game is to hit as close to AAA quality as I can. Just me, just one guy, just Todd doing some art. That's it, it's just us guys. Pardon me. And it's called, I don't know what it's called, light probably? Scenes. But as you will see, you still haven't seen the game yet, okay? It's really nice. It's really good. Don't get me wrong, the scene's alright. Todd and I need to spend some time fixing the lighting because it's all over the bloody shop. Alright, it's just in that one, so... Oh. Color temperature? What? Wow. Equals... And I should set those colors, and I should be good to go. That's impressive, PP Volto. Now, what's the current colour of it? Because that's about right. And element 4. Oh man, it's Bogus. Bogus did it. Oh, Bogus, man. You let the side down. I bet it would be Umbrella Droid. This game is called UAV Battle Royale, and it is the next game from the Projector Games studio. I have been working on it for, we reckon, 4 years. It might be as many as 5. It is, ironically, a game I worked on a very long time ago, but it has come round to the fore. Now, in a minute, hopefully, we don't get any more bloom. I can switch details, no bloom. Not no bloom, but no broken bloom. Lights should be... Seems good. Let's go over and grab a thing. Um, but yeah, in a minute I'll make a build and I'll run it in the build. That needs a black background, doesn't it? Okay, so we're on the... what the fuck is my computer doing? Ugh. Cool. Let me just put a black thing behind it. I think we are just about good to go. Oh, cool. That does actually look better. Oh. Only for some reason, Todd made it a child of one of the prefabs. Not sure what's going on there. I worry about where these textures are from as well, if you're listening still, Todd. So these are probably grabbed out of a different these are grabbed out of walls and stuff. 3. Oh, I think that might be the same one. I think we... Oh, God, I don't really like this one. Looks... Well, I guess it looks too much like... whatchamacallit? I'm not sure it's dark enough either, but we'll see. And that's the blooms working again. That's not how it looked, is it? Like, that is not how it looked. Totally. I guess I will say pass on that one for a moment. We'll come in for the bootstrap again. Devtron, I apologise for being so completely wrong in my estimate of how long this would take. So this is a game with a fixed lighting model with no randomness, and you can still see I am struggling to get it to look nice. Bloom is an essential part of stuff looking nice. Too much bloom is very easy to arrange. Like, why is that? Like, what's... Why is that pink shit? Laser projectile trail emission. Ah, right. Laser projectile emission. Come on, Unity. All I did was hit apply. Oh, and the other thing is these are too bright. Whatever that is. What is that? Plinth glow? Commander table, screen, mobile. Really? How is that blooming? Is there 2 of them? Oh, because it's got that on top of it. Unlit colour? Way no. Unlit texture. No. Unlit. No. Transparent would be weird but wrong. Particles glow, no soft. That's what we want. Actually, we kind of don't. What we actually want is maybe that and then that. That's a lot darker, and probably this glow here for laser select trigger. There we go. Hopefully that gets us just right. And then I'll have a quick fly around, and then hopefully we're all good. I haven't even gone into the game yet. I've just been messing around in the level select. So next time someone says just, you're like, yeah, just what? Just take fucking ages. I would also like the laser to change colour to the colour of your thing. I think that'd be quite a nice touch. That's completely bollocksed. Why is that so bright? That's not how bright they should be. Maybe, I suppose. Like, I'm just becoming worried I'm going to be able to see them. And I've just flipped to the colour dialog and Unity locked up. There we go. So that looks pretty good. I keep pressing P, by the way, to try and pause the game to grab my mouse cursor back. I guess. Suppose. Honestly, without the laser changing colour, you can really tell. Right, that looks good. Oh, then again, I press P. I press P to quite and quit the game. Okay, making a build. Half belt. Compiling, la 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 la. Then I need to do the fun job of running the game twice and just briefly making sure it's just about working. And we'll see whether my computer works or crashes. Okay, here we go. Oh god, I have to play this. I have to play this. This is Imperial March in a major key. That is amazing. That is quite frankly the most happiest thing I've heard in my life. It's the up cheerful note there. I'll link it. I don't know if you can. You should be able to hear it. It's in. Put it on Discord. Oh, that made me laugh. Where's the cat gone? Yeah. It's using major chords, not minor chords, but the notes are the same. If you don't know music, just that's funny. Okay, I'm going to come to the game. There it is. Oh, this might be my new favourite thing. Why have I never heard this? Oh my god, this is like 2 years old. Three, two, one, here we go. Well, hopefully that's brought a bit of cheer to everybody's life, and oh, fuck, it hasn't worked. So I know exactly what has happened. The server loaded slower than the client. And I've been trying to fix this. I thought I had a fix in for it, but apparently not. So I had a hack in, and that obviously wasn't good enough. Yeah, ran from Bootstrap, ran the bollocks, bollocks, bollocks. Right, that's a bit of debugging, see if I can get anything out. I honestly thought I had this one. I thought I had this one. Thought this bug was shot in the neck. I could try and describe the issue, so maybe someone has some ideas. The problem is that if the client loads substantially faster than the server, what happens is that the client spawns before the server is ready. Because that happens, that means that the server doesn't see the client get ready, and therefore the server does not tell the client what's happening. So, all I need to do is just delay the client calling client spawn until the server has loaded. Now, when the server connects, it enables a bunch of objects in the scene, and one of these is the barrier. So my first thought was, well, this is easy then. What I will do is I will wait till the barrier has spawned. However, that doesn't work, because what happens is until you call on client connect, the server doesn't talk to it. Yes, they're running. The problem is, as far as I can tell, until I call on client connect, the server can't talk to me. The server can't message me. How could it message me? I'm not there yet. So basically what happens is I get a message back that says on scene change. Now I can solve this by putting in a 10-second server delay spawn, but that's a bit shit, man. It's beyond shit. Hey Paul. Paul, I was actually thinking about I was actually considering talking to you soon. I think I might Paul, I might need your particular set of skills. To be fair, I've only been streaming live for the couple of weeks. Well, Dropboard, you're asking me questions I don't know the answer to. This is the Unity UNet networking system. Now, what happens is I get called on client scene changed. This is called on the client for when the scene has changed. Sounds obvious, I know. The problem is, as I said, I don't seem to be able to talk to the server until I call this. So what happens is I get called on client scene change. That happens when the scene has loaded. I then basically, instead of doing what I thought I should do, I've popped in a delay. Now, if I put the delay big enough on the server, this solves it. Then what happens is I call client scene.ready, and I then create the player, I add the player, and then they add the player. It's adding the player, I think, which is, no, of course I don't have the code for that. Client ready, don't have the code for that either. Yeah. But what I want to do is I want to wait until the server has gone, yep. But I can't work out how to do this. So I put in a hack, you see, because there's a thing called barrier instance, right? And server, there's a sync var, so the server says this value becomes true. If server loaded equals true, this is a sync var, so all the clients see that variable. But until I call the network script saying, yep, I'm ready, I don't get that message. Devtron, I think you missed the problem. Who am I sending the handshake to? Who is the server talking to? this client hasn't said, hello, I'm here yet. This is after the load. I can connect fine. Now, I'm wondering if I could say, if the barrier size instance is null, or these not null, just try again. The problem is the server doesn't have anyone to talk to, and I don't seem to have a mechanism by which the server can message clients going, right, oh, here we go. The way you'd usually do it is through RPC calls, or so I can send a message to all the clients, I can execute a function on the clients, but I'm 99% sure that won't execute unless I've already connected, by which point it's too late. So I just had a thought though, else if client's playing thought it's greater than 0, if we connected but too early, then just try again in half a second. That might do it. But I don't know. So that should do that, and then we will just call delayed scene change again. That's an interesting one. But yeah, I've described the problem to you. Feel free to find me anybody else who's had this problem and a solution, because there is so little documentation on this. So I also have another issue, which I'm sure we'll run into today, and I'm still waiting for you to get back to me. I'm going to have to email and going, hello, I have a game ready to ship, but until you solve this for me, I can't ship it. Please help. I will pay you money to help me solve it. That's fine. Oh wow, yeah. I haven't. Yeah, to be honest, Todd, this is where you need a PR person that just does all that stuff. This is a Unity networking thing, but oh, this is the best bit. This is the third Unity system. This is UNet, and before that they used Photon, and before that they used RackNet. So even on top of that, when you go Googling for solutions, you keep finding solutions for the wrong frickin' version of Unity. It's absolutely a nightmare. I can see the issue. I can see why it's happening, but what I need is a methodology that is approved by UNet for a server telling clients that it has finished loading. I can't even load the scene. What I want to do is load the scene on the server, and when it's finished loading, then tell the client to change. But I can't even do that. I have to have it all controlled by it. Yes, Andy, they are rotated in code if they are rotated type. Why, did you just build them at 90 degrees to the current one? Is that done? Did that build it? No, I've got an empty folder. Wait, did you... Can't tell what Unity did there. But yeah, it's what's the word? Just a pain, just a freaking nightmare. This whole thing. When it works, it's cool. But given the amount of money that the networking costs, the ongoing costs, it needs to be a lot fucking better than it is. With a lot better support than it is. Andy, I just took the existing mesh and rotated it if necessary. I didn't change anything, I just took what was there. I don't understand. It's not compiling, but it's just... It's not erroring, it's just not compiling. Oh, for fuck's sake. I had a bloody file open. So Unity, if you have the log file open, Unity fails to build every time. But it doesn't, like, you know, pop up an error message or anything like that. It just simply fails to build. Hopefully it builds this time. Come on, I'm bored and I want to blow some people up. Schalker has forbidden from playing this because he's just too good. Like, What? Sorry, what are you talking about? This is a Unity problem. It's 100% Unity. So this game I want to be skill based. If you play it, you should get your ass completely just whooped. Oh no, it's because it tries to delete the folder the file's in. Ironically, the fix I've put in is that the worst thing about this bug is it's intermittent. Oh, that thing's broken, and that thing jumped. Okay, we're just going to have to wait for... Where is it? Wait for that. I want the client to load first, yeah. sure, certainly. If there is, you let me know what it is and what it's called. I've looked. Server's loaded. Client's loaded, sorry. Server is hopefully still loaded. Yeah, we're. Ooh. Okay, it hasn't. It's. Ooh. It's kind of worked. When I say kind of worked, it's mostly not worked, let's be honest, but it has kind of worked. Oh, yeah, and you can't drag the windows around because Unity is rubbish. Can I manage to get that window in? So it's kind of worked. It's kind of worked. That's actually more working than I've ever had before when it's gone wrong. I'm assuming it went wrong, you see. Now, if I check the log file, I'll see if it retried, how many times it retried, because I can do. This is the best thing. I can detect the state, and that's half the battle. So, did we delay? Delaying. Yes, we delayed once, twice, 3, 4, 5, 6. We delayed. Wait, but we hit the barrier. How can we have hit the barrier? Did we ever load? Ah. Maybe that's the issue. If is server, this is a network behavior. So if is server, returns its object. Now see, it's things like this. Okay, Todd. I have disabled the UI root. If you enable the UI root, everything runs really badly in the editor. So if you re-enable the UI root when you're working on it, it doesn't matter whether it's enabled or disabled when you're done. So yay for performance. So, this is what I'm talking about, the problem with Unity. And this is what I'm talking about, the guy who writes the tooltips for right. Returns true if this object is active on an active server. Now, do you mean returns true if we are on an active server and this object is active, or do you mean returns true, comma, even on clients, as long as this object is active on an active server? That is ambiguous. I do not know for 100% fact that that function only returns true on a server. I think it does. I don't know it does. Ah, there we go. We do stop delaying. The latest one in client in now. I think I might actually be able to fix this. Drone fly. If barrier size dot instance dot server loaded equals false, server loaded slower than us. That might be it. So Paul, the next patch of FortressCraft adds in some much improved rooms. So the game is now about building rooms, not just about building shit on the surface. and if you have time at some point, so we can arrange it on Facebook. I've got you on Facebook. It would be super awesome if you could join in a network play session and just spend it making the base look better, because I'd like to show off the rooms for patch 18. Certainly, but we're not doing additive scene loading, and additive scene loading is one of those things that people are doing. You're like, no. They're normal. Well, they're new blocks. They're new space blocks, but they're paintable rather than detail blocks. But you've got a fantastic eye for building amazing looking rooms. So the new room code, which you may have seen on Twitter, allows you to have some quite nice stuff going on. And they said we've got nice reflective doors, and here's a room I did last night, a little bit dark, but you get the idea. Like, we've actually now got scope for quite nice looking rooms. Well, pretty much it doesn't matter. But yeah, I'd like to arrange with you, if you've got time, to come in and join the P18 test server once we get going, so we can come up with some cool screenshots. So, Ernie, can you link it on Discord or Twitch? Yeah, but see, Peter, that's my point. Is server true if this object is running on the server and has been spawned? Right. Okay, we've got an explosion. It's running on the server. That's fine. Are we the server in this call? If can the client say is server? If it's running on the server, that returns true. It's ambiguous. You should never have ambiguous documentation. I think it means true if this object is running on the server and has been spawned and we are the server. Okay, fight. Okay, wait for that to count down. And cross fingers. No, Paul Darrow, there's no hurry. I mean, I'm talking at some point in the next 2 to 4 weeks. Client's loaded. Hey! Now I have to check the log and make sure that it did delay spawn, but I think that might be it. It's just simply, do we have something we think should be there? No. Right, have another go. Client delay, barrier not loaded, delaying. Bang. And what? Oh, actually, I'm not actually sure that's working. What did I say? Did I say server not loaded? Server not loaded. Now the thing is, I'll tell you what I will do. What I will do is I've got my own variable. If is server or game object game manager dot is server. I wrote my own one because I don't trust theirs. Interesting. Let's also do if is server not equal to well, the best thing is, Paul, this will be on a network server, so you basically have free reign to just do whatever you like for as long as you like. Okay, I'll make one more build, and then I am going to try it. I should have actually flown around to see if they could see each other. So a bit of a fail there. They're in the P18 nightly build. Well, I don't know if I have figured it out, Saronin. That's the best I've had so far. It might be, of course, that it is all working, and I can just ignore the error. I've had that happen a lot. Yeah, P18 nightly. Man, one day I'm just going to do a build called Kira nightly. Like, the nightly build should be called Kira, maybe. Anyway, fight. I'm kind of hoping it goes wrong and I get the message, but it looks like it is because of the way this works. The server has inherently cached it for the client because I'm running them both on the same computer. So you can see here like that. I'm literally running it twice on the same computer. But sorry, this is a shit solution. Like, there it is, the networking. No, I'm an airplane. See, that's loaded. You can see at the right it's flashing. That's loaded. The server still hasn't loaded, but that does seem to have worked. In a minute, by the way, you will... Oh, no, that hasn't worked at all. That's bollocksed. Okay, so we're there. In a moment, by the way, you will see the difference that detail settings can make. Okay, so I am is cool. God, it looks horrible at minimum detail. But that's why scrub players don't get to play against pros. Yeah, that's not synchronized. I'm not getting the messages. Oh, but I am getting the player stuff. Right, okay, this is hurting my brain. This means that the barrier messages, the player messages are synchronized, but they aren't. But the Doom Wall messages aren't. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Whoa, right. Yeah. When a client loads becomes ready, the server sends a spawn finish message. I don't know what that is. Oh, you mean on start client. So I'm 99% sure on the client, which is this one, there's no Doom Wall. So I look on the server, I look at the same thing, it's there. It's really obviously just there, but on the client it's not. But everything else seems to be working. So the RPCs are working, but the messages aren't. And this is an improvement. And to be honest, to a degree, it's pretty good. Ah, now that is interesting. Maybe. It's to do with switching scenes. It's this bit. When a client finishes loading and becomes ready, the server sends a spawn finish message with state 0, which causes the client to prepare for spawning by finding all scene objects that evidently they're inactive and put them on a spawnable object list. I wonder if we can do that ourselves. Causing on start client. I can see the. I mean, yeah. So I've kind of sidestepped the issue a little bit, because here we will never get that message. The server needs to send, "Oh, here you are." Because now what's happening is I'm getting a duplicate add player call for the thing, and that's fine. I'm catching it going, no, yeah, you're not doing that. Here, duplicate add player, which should link it and destroy the object, but that seems to be fine. That seems to be pretty much a-okay. And that said, that calls on start client. Incidentally, by the way, there's two things. Partly, I think I can make some money off this, and to a large degree, I was considering using this networking system for a future project, for future FortressCraft, because this is the canonical way of doing it. So far, I wish I'd used fucking Ligrin. But in this case, the issue is very specifically barrier size. So barrier size is a network behavior. So on the client, Unity just literally just sets it disabled. They say on start client. Do I actually have a... I do. Oh, right, that doesn't help. This is outdated. This is ancient code. Brilliant. So I never... When was this written? This might be the wrong... No, this should be UNet. Should be UNet. So what's happened is the client is now going... was it? Delay sp... So the client is now going, look, am I in game? Am I a server? Do I have an instance? Has the server loaded? If not, we wait and we come back. Now, the client here, right all the way to the end, eventually it does. No, delay spawning in client now. So we try and spawn in and then we don't. But the server is seeing the messages. So the server is getting the messages with the on server add player for call 0. So we are getting this. What I want to do at this point is go, I need to come back to the player with this shit here. The thing is, there's so little documentation on this. So I need to come back here. Wait, did I say the instance was... server not loaded yet? Okay, now that's interesting, because that means the awake function has been called and the... has it? Yes. The barrier... Oh! Haha! What's that there? There's an exception. What the fuck? Where? Update clients, transport receive, handle bytes, on... Yeah, here we go. On object spawn scene, apply spawn payload, update vars. Right, like, I don't, ooh, well. Aha. It appears that other people have had the issue. I managed to fix it, but over on the deserialized method, my player class extends. Do I have something in the here that is not? See, this would be, I would say, the client and the server version being different, which is obviously just shash. I only sync server loaded, current size, and take off inhibit. I'm pretty sure I don't call on deserialize. No. Now that's a bit more scary. Unhelpful. Okay, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll save that. I'll close the profile, the debugger. I'll close this one. It looks like that's a simple error. It looks like my fix is working, and instead of working, Unity just fucking fell on its ass. It might be something really stupid, like I can't do client to server. I have to do client to client, like client to editor. Right. See, the error I was getting there felt like I hadn't made a build and matched them up. That's how it felt. Andy, I think actually, oh God, do you know where they are? It's called exit door, isn't it? Inner. I think it's called something inner. What did I call it? No, I think maybe star, exit star, exit door, materials. There we go. Yeah, it's called exit door glow, Andy. Does that help you? You need a new emission map. Oh, I see. If you commit, oh well, I get. Well, I don't understand that. All you need to do with that. Oh, you need to invert it. Okay, please hold. Wow, that didn't work. Oh, I hate you, Unity. I'll call it airlock glow.png. Or I won't. Where did I save it? Oh. Oh, fuck you, unit. Not fuck you. Fuck you, GIMP. It's like, I can't click on this. What is this shit here? So I can't go to that. Assets, prefabs, main menu, settings room. Okay, it's up one. There we go. Shall we use the Windows file dialog? No, we shall write our own file dialog. That will teach them. Like, if not, what I'll do is I'll put the hack back in. All I do is I just delay the client for 10 seconds, the server for 10 seconds. So the server always loads first, which is clumsy but does work. See, so the client's already done. The client's there. I can see the client has tried 5 times to reconnect the server, 6 times, 7 times. That's not worked though. I can see it's not worked because I'm not getting the messages. But it's fascinating that it's as if I've missed some of the start calls, but not all of them. Yeah, there we go. So like it's working. Now, if we've still got that message, that's... Oh content, UAV data. Barrier not loaded yet. Oh boy, what's Annie done? What have you done wrong? Select transparency from grayscale instead of import. There we go, same again. So when the barrier awakes on the clients, we do receive a barrier awake call on the clients. Interesting. Sir Onan, if you've got the solution, by the way, don't let me. Just tell me. I don't want to work it out myself. See, this to me, as far as I can tell, that's a bug in Unity. I need to fix Andy's thing. FortressCraft Unity, project assets, Prefabs, main menu. Can't remember anything further than that. Star, exit, star with everything in the right place. Exit door, open folder location, exit door, airlock glow. But yeah, I'm about 99% sure now we are looking at a solid, honest to God. Yeah, garbage in, garbage out. You're totally right, Saronin. 100% you're right. Not my garbage, though. This is the thing. This is nothing to do with me. This is totally Unity shit. Yeah, I've had this bug. Hanson. Thank you, Hanson. What the fuck is this? On set group state. Pulse. Wow, what? That's not a solution. No, not on set group state. I want it to apply spawn payload. Sync file courses in. Now this is what. Check this out. Every single time. Yeah? Unity. I'll go to the Unity forum. It does this. I have to refresh the page every single time. Problem solved. I had the player prefab present in the scene, which caused a synchronization issue. What? What? But yeah, there are 3 of these, and yeah, then I rapidly ran out of solutions. Everything, look, refresh, there it is. Refresh, there it is. Every single fucking time. These messages are symptoms of a disrupted or corrupted byte stream from the network. This is most likely caused by network being truncated because it seems some back. What? Shut up, Sean R. When the spawn payload for a single entity becomes larger than maximum size. No. The highest voted UNet bug. By design. This calls like a... Yeah, I mean, it's a good point. If you know which is wrong, wow. See, this is the thing. This makes me just lose interest in the whole fucking project, right? I should not be debugging fucking Unity. by design. You. Areas on okay, as a result, units packets messed up. The client sends parts messed up. Okay, yeah. Okay, so I see what this guy's suggesting. He's suggesting on here, probably because I'm saying, hey, I'm here again. Public override on deserialize. He's saying you should put in reader.seek0. So that is a wow, it's an error in Unity 2017. This is the thing. Unity should give me perfect error message. It should say you should not recall this. You've added too many variables in this. That's the thing you did it. I think I know what the issue is. I think the issue is that I am calling add player a second time. Which is interesting, because that means that the server isn't responding back to the client in time. Oh, I need to make a build. Like, I need to fix this for it ships. I can't ship the game with an artificial 10-second delay, because if the server happens to be even slower, all the clients will fuck up. Okay, so I will laugh if this fixes it. I think what it is the client is reconnecting, and then the server is not rewinding in that stream to the right point. So we're just reading off the end rather than going back to the beginning and reading from the beginning. That kind of makes sense. Actually, Saronin, you see, if you're on a toaster, you shouldn't become a server. It's more of an issue with things like someone decided to Alt-Tab during loading, or their PC Windows update kicked in or something. You know, that sort of thing. Okay, I've got 5 messages on the server going duplicate messages. That's cool. 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, I can't take off. Well, fuck me. Oh, no, wait, hold on. I still can't take off. That's better. I got the first message. Where's the player? Oh, you're over by the... God, it looks awful like this. Don't look at this. It doesn't look like this normally, guys. Honestly, it looks really nice. Yeah, I'm here. Can't see the other player. Oh yeah, I can. He's just there. But I can't take off. It's working. The barrier is working. I'm guessing there's another object I need to fix this on. I will make a note for Todd on the Trello though. Fix UAV text. Right, that's not really very helpful, Trello. Yeah, it does, doesn't it, Andy? Now, this is interesting. So, in this case, I'm getting the Doom Wall messages. So, that means another system is synchronous, but I can't take off. I just got to work out why. I can't believe that worked. Yeah, the error's gone. I'm going to grab a drink. Ronan, you're a fucking star. Right, now, I can't remember what makes you take off. It's the inhibit stuff. That's not quite working. Look, it's still calling. No, server not loaded yet. But I was getting the messages. Huh. Doom Wall shrinks. Okay, its engines are active in 5. That's right. See, these were passing through. So network HUD.instance.display HUD message. See, that's an RPC. So RPCs are working. it's not breaking, but it's kind of the same thing. That the barrier size. Do I actually get this? It's essentially what's happened. I've got one class that works, so I've just basically just nicked that one for things. Yeah, so this barrier is awake. And that message goes away in a little while. I hope, yep. In this particular game, you see, we've only got one object. So everything is RPCs except this one object. If barrier size dot instance dot game object dot enabled equals false, debug dot log error, server hasn't loaded, and doom wall is inactive. See, I think the server needs to tell us to activate the doom wall. Now that was the call we mentioned. That was the ooh, cool, I need a bit of door. That's the newer door of FortressCraft. Okay, so the doom wall is specifically a barrier size. A barrier size is a network behavior. Network behaviors are awake. The awake gets called, and then their enabled gets turned off. Okay. When the server goes, okay, here we go, then it's here. Okay. I wish this guy had used proper terminology. Finally, the server spends a spawn finish method with the start of 1, causing on-client start to be run on all previously activated objects. So all activated objects are synchronized by the time on start client. Okay? But as far as I can see, not when the client is ready for the server is. Your Google Foo is spot on, by the way. Powerful bacon, because I'm working rather than worrying about that. So this is the issue, okay? The server strat was loaded. No. The server just basically says, here's the size of the doom wall, and it goes. But that's the issue. He is correct here. but not when the client is ready before the server is. Now the problem is, this is what's annoyed me. I don't want... Tell me what fucking message it sends. Like, the server needs to synchronize this down. But the I'm kind of tempted just to enable it. Like, I honestly, I feel I'm working around Unity bugs here. I don't feel I misunderstand something. Unity controls the loading of the scenes. This is not how I would do it. The way I would do it is about 15 seconds before the match starts, I would load the scene in the background. Then then the server would change the new scene, and when the server changed the new scene, it would inform all the clients to change the new scene. That's not what happens. What actually happens is everyone changes to the new scene at the same time, and if the client arrives too quickly, it breaks. Ridiculous. And Unity crashes. But yeah, this isn't the only bug I've got. I have another bug in the Unity networking, and that one I've got to the point where I'm pretty sure it's their matchmaker. So I need to say to them, I think this is your fault, and I want to release a game, right? I don't want to. I don't want to sit here debugging stuff. I want to release the game. I've paid you money. Fix it. Or tell me what's wrong. I don't really give a shit what we do. I'm telling you at this point, I want to release a game and your stuff isn't working. Unity, are you compiling? No. Wait, what? Huh? It's just decided to show me an what? I'm just going to close Unity again. Unity just appears to be giving me a warning as an error. Thank you. It stopped giving me errors. Alright, back to that. I'm going to turn the heating on. Oh boy. See, the problem is, I'm about 90% sure the issue I'm seeing is the barrier size one is because I called, oh yeah, thankfully my PC It's ordered as of like today. So yeah, hopefully that should go. But my PC does seem to be having some sort of issue. I don't know if I can see what it is. I suspect it's the paged in bloody fucking blah system. Wow, sorting. It may be that my one of my SSDs is on its way out, I guess, but like I'm pretty sure that the drive my log file on is pretty new. Critical. Kernel power. Yeah. Yeah, okay, so for fuck's sake, Windows. 0708. What order is this in? Let me sort this. 19th of the first 2018. Okay, back. Okay. Error. The previous shutdown was unexpected. Well, yeah, but you're the one that did it. Critical. Error. Wait, that was an hour ago. Would have been these here. I don't know. You think Windows would have solved this by now a little bit, wouldn't you? So Unity 2017. The short answer is it's quite straightforward, really. I don't own Unity 2017. I do own Unity 5.6. Todd can correct me if I'm wrong, or Andy. I think we've only shipped 2 games on Unity 5. No, we've only shipped 1 game on Unity 5, which is FortressCraft. So, amusingly, yeah, I don't own Unity 2017, and Unity 2018. I may have to very soon because I released a couple of mobile games, and they've made enough money that I will probably have to give Unity more cash. Sad times, eh? But Unity 2018 doesn't really offer anything. This particular game uses fully dynamic lighting, so the progressive light mapper doesn't help. Other than that, 2018 doesn't really offer much. Well, Andy, don't commit that then. I would say, by the way, both Todd and Andy within FortressCraft be really, really careful about clicking the apply button on any of the prefabs. I've got trim enabled. Oh, okay. I will note that. Oh, I do have it now. What is it? It's not CPU ID. HWMon, HW Info, one of the two. I've got one that's on its way out. But that's fine because that's a 64 gig SSD, and I don't have my swap file on there. Oh, shush. Shush. Drives. I think it's this one. This one. You see, I think the smart monitoring here. Yeah. Nah, it's so old. Look. Trim. I should be able to sort of see the Yeah, we've reallocated 90 sectors, but check it out, it's been on for 4.6 years. Remaining life, 0. Great. But that's okay. As I said, my new PC, it's ordered now. Yeah. Well, Devtron, there's nothing wrong with the SSD. I mean, that's not the one my swap file's installed on. I also just like to remind you, I have 32 gigabytes of RAM. I don't know why anything's using my swap file whatsoever. See, started loading first, loaded first. Messages arriving. Doom wall's active this time. So that's a bit sad. Is that the other player? No. Oh, that's a bug. Interesting. Yeah, okay, so that didn't work. Oh, I feel I'm making a little bit of progress though, so that's good. Andy, don't worry about it. No one else is going to be making a build. I'll fix it on Monday. Server ready. Oh, that's interesting. Huh. But we saw the Doom wall that time. Devtron, Windows tries to keep plenty of RAM active, but Windows works on percentages rather than fixed sizes. If you've got 32 megs of RAM, it makes a lot of sense to keep as much free as you can for quick allocation. If you've got 32 gigs there, it doesn't make any sense at all. Andy, don't worry about it. No one is going to be running the game and care. So the real problem is, though, this is this causes the server to, I guess, correctly warn in on server add player. So I'm not making another build of FortressCraft today. We've had a build today, I think. We get build? Can't remember. Either way, there's no build today. Yeah, so if I could just tell the server to resend that, I know when to send it. There we go, spawn finish. Do I do any of these? The worst thing is, Unity basically supplies you with a complete working networking system, like completely 100% networking, that you have to override. But you don't get the source code. So what happens, you end up overriding bits of it and then having to call the base class, and then other people have decompiled it, you see. So I'm going to have to find somebody else who's done this, because I don't know what the code should do. Oh, missing spawn finish, Brett. Cannot replace system message 12. Great. No, Serenium, people have got the source code. I can do if I do like on start server Unity decompiled, I think it is. I don't think this is the right one though. It's not Matrix, it's somebody else. Network server Unity. That's the one. James Linden. Yep, Nico, yep. Remember, the rooms are only to do with visibility. Okay, so what are we looking for? We're looking for spawn finished. Oh look, there's a whole bunch of shit about spawn finished. Set client already internal. I wonder if in this case, what we should actually do is say here, client.set, like unready. Set ready already, client scene.ready equals false, maybe. What does that mean? I wonder if I should just essentially go not ready, ready. I wonder if in this code somewhere, which I can't want to look at right at this second, here. So when I join, he sends the spawn finish message, which my client intercepts, goes righty ho. So how do I set the client not ready? Is there a reliable callback I can use? Look, I've even looked at this one. Here we go, sir. This is what I mean. Stupid Unity. After changing scenes on a single-player host, I ran into an issue where client scene ready followed by network server spawn objects in the awake fails to actually enable the scene objects. Blah, 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 blah. Is there a reliable callback I can use to set client scene .ready after a scene change? Blah, 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 blah. I figured network manager on client scene should be a good place, but my override for getting it has never been called. Blah, 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 blah. Wow, and no response. Thank you, Powerful Bacon. Okay, Nico, how is your CPH connected to your sector in minus 700 meters? Right. That's a no then. Yeah, it's hard to know when you don't have access to the code. Yeah, I can implement a timer to this, but it seems like a hacky solution. On-scene client change is called on the client when the scene is finished loading. On the client or on the server? Oh no, sorry, no, honestly, Unity is just a nightmare. Yeah, so I need to here set client ready internal. So hold on, in the one that's erroring is not quite ready. It's just warning me, this is silly, which is fine. I've peppered the code with this shit because this is the first time I've ever used this. This is called due diligence, by the way. This is me thinking in the future I would like to use this system. So what happens here is I destroy the... Oh. I say linking new connection to existing game object, blah, blah, blah. So when I say rejoin, I do this. This is on server add player, which is actually kind of funny because that means we just add the player in if we've got it. Again, back to garbage in, garbage out. It should go, don't do that. Set client ready. I'm wondering if I can, so hold on server client. Wow, I don't actually set that anywhere I can find, so. Set client ready. Oh, what? This dot, network manager. Some stuff is in my override and some stuff is in the base singleton. Oh, okay. Public static void set client ready. Or who own? Give me strength. This doesn't make any sense. Somebody must be able to. See, what I'd like to do is just that. Oh my god, I should be shot. Right, so what it does here is it runs over every single network server. I am just going to put that fucking huge. Oh, hold on. I wonder if we got that message. I can't tell. There's a lot of messages. Oh, come on! I can't send these. Network. Oh. Okay, looks like I have to call this function, which is called by this function. I just got to work out where the fuck set client ready actually exists. Networking network server dot set client. Network server, which is us. Network server, which is the. See, sometimes it's the namespace and sometimes it's the thing. Oh, I see. Oh, I see. It's a static function. Yes, please connect it with energy power. Do not use turbines underground. That does not work properly. I will be changing that. Or maybe next patch, I guess. So again, this is where I wish I worked in a team. Okay, I genuinely wish at this point I could just hand this over to someone saying, fix it. Take a week, a month, anything else. Just focus on this. Did it compile or error? It errored because it made a typo. Oh, wait, what? Build! Build! Oh, Andy, you're going to be a while on that one. Like, unless you're doing work in it, I would probably just stick to Steam. I didn't know you had anything on UAV, did you? Oh, yes, of course you do. No, I'm so stupid. The thing is, I'm genuinely, this is the difference right now between a professional and an amateur. I do not want to work on this. I do not want to ever touch this fucking code base ever again. I do not want to debug network. I do not want to make builds, test shit. I want it either to work or I never want to see it again. And this is why a lot of indie devs never release their game. Because you get to this point, and if it's a hobby, I might be 6 weeks fixing this bug. I might have just fixed it. I don't know. I don't want to spend 6 weeks on it, but what I do like to be able to do is when my car has something wrong with it, I go, yeah, fix it. Here you go. Here's my credit card. I like that a lot more than anything else. Kohaka, there is an old saying, a professional is someone who does his job even when he doesn't feel like it. The bright side is I can now reproduce this every single time. Why are we ever doing what? Oh man, I still haven't showed you how this game looks. So this is the scrub detail. This is honestly scrub mode because I'm having to run 2 copies of it and stream. The messages are still synchronizing. That bit's working. Not very helpful, but it is working. Ninja Pirate, I am utilizing Unity's networking. Unity's networking appears to have either an assumption, a bug, I don't know. But my problem is, I can be very specific on this, that if a network client arrives in a scene and calls network client ready before the server has arrived in the scene, nothing ever sets the client to ready. So this means that the client doesn't activate its game objects. This is fatal. This is just 100% fatal. So again, we can see here, delay spawning in client now, server not loaded delaying. So that's not getting set active. If I look at the logging, Let's have a look at the log on the server. So if there are any like programming fucking geniuses out there, trust me, I'm all over that shit. Yes, I've done that, Powerful Bacon. So yeah, I've done that. So what happens then is the server says, here we go. I'm now adding player number 2. Player already exists. Duplicate player call. Here, set client. But then it says set client ready. Client con is already ready. I don't seem to be able to say, actually, no, it's not. So I've got the source code, which does help a little bit. So here, if con is ready, immediately return. So that means that basically this code down here needs to execute. And I can't. Now, I tried copying that code into my... I tried copying that code, but these are protected variables I don't have access to because fuck you, Unity. And there's no way to say not do that. Andy, I have no idea. If not, just copy it from another project that does. File, custom, yeah, custom export. There you go. So, Powerful Bacon, that was the plan, that was the goal, absolutely. But that doesn't work because it's just saying client is already ready. Now, but I can't say network server dot set client. Oh, I can. That might do it. That might do it. Maybe. Maybe. But yeah, I mean, I've had this bug for several weeks now. The problem is this is quite a low priority project for me. It probably shouldn't be, but it is. So yeah, I would really, really like to have this fixed. I would really, really like this fixed so much. I don't want it. I just want it to work. The game's cool. The game is really cool fun. Ironically, we haven't run into the other bug today. Oh, that's interesting. Very interesting. Very, very, very interesting. Okay, so that didn't work. But, see, I might be able to do that. So I don't necessarily know whether anything ever calls the set client ready, but that should transmit the status of the world to the server. Yeah, you see, Powerful Bacon, that's not a poor solution, that is the correct solution. However, guess who doesn't get to decide when the client loads? If it was me designing this system with my own code, with my own code base, the server and all the clients would preload the scene when in this area. Did I actually hit save? I guess I did. And then what would happen is the server would load the scene, and then when the server has loaded the scene, all the clients would load the scene. So everything would happen. There would be no loading screens, but I don't get to control that because Unity is fucking stupid and apparently think that everyone should be at loading screens, which is just retarded. So we'll see whether or not that fixes it. But yeah, it's bizarre. Unity just takes control of things like that. Because I have no time for games with loading screens at all. Should never do this, but I can't. Usually I get around it in my games, but I can't in this one. Oh, 2 out of 2. I'm holding my breath. Yeah, well, the thing is, Powerful Bacon, I come from a background where loading screens weren't acceptable, and that stuck with me. And it annoys me when I play games that are. So that one, so although that didn't work, the log file certainly looked more interesting. Right, duplicate on player call. Okay. Player not ready. Setting, then we immediately set it ready. Spawning, you see? Spawning 4 objects. Then we spawn. So that's good. That's stuff I want to see. But notice that the barrier's not there. So I think we get 5 calls before we hit the main menu, actually. Again, 4 messages. I don't know what lobby is. That's the player. That's us. That's the... There we go. This is a... Ooh. Oh. Right, so at this point, now the barrier exists. And at this point, player already exists. Wait, why are we not sending those messages? Where were they from? These are the messages I want. That's what I want. On server, add player, set client ready. But I'm not seeing them down here. Then we get server scene changed. No, that's us. So this is the client. This is the local client. That's the local client. But that's what I want to see. Set client in ready for connection 1. Spawning 4. But I want to see 5. But the only interesting thing is that doesn't seem to happen here. So we've got the barrier object, and that's the only one I know that's not working. Barrier awake. Moving drone player. Okay. And then what happens is it gets a bit weird because we call on server add player and then on server add player. Okay, so we get on server add player here. So we've got 2 of these calls in quick succession. So I'm wondering whether or not this is re-entrant. It can't be. But it looks like we've got a print message here and then nothing else printed anything at all. So assume for a moment that we enabled network player. Sure. This time, Then we say it already exists. So maybe that's the first one. Then we say it already exists. Go whoops-a-daisy. And then for some reason, B, linking that one, destroy the player object. Set client not ready, set client ready. But we're not getting any messages here on that. But wherever I can, I hide the loading away. I am slightly annoyed that Unity's networking forbids me from hiding loading. I hope you guys feel a bit my pain. I'm going to stop soon. I've got food coming very, very soon, thankfully. Which I look forward to. Okay, so I'm gonna, when we've got to here, I'm gonna clear the log. At this point, I'm clearing the log because I don't want to see anything that will confuse me. So the client has already done it once. Like the client manages to load before the server's left the main menu. Nope. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so that's the countdown there. Now, we're leaving the room. We set all, I don't know what that is, but we'll ignore it. Matchmaking client. So we disconnect from the matchmaker. For some reason now, right here, so the client server hasn't even started loading the level. The client's already there going, okay, I'm here. Can we check the scene of the client here? Okay, so at this point, like the server hasn't even loaded the level, so the client is so far ahead of the curve. So what happens now, and this could be actually part of the bug. So what happens now is the client has gone, right, okay, send me the world, and the server, despite the server having started to load, has gone, right, here are all the lobby things. I think that's the issue. Again, that's twice while we're in the lobby. 3 times in the lobby, 4 times in the lobby, 5 times in the lobby, and then we finally, so the client has had 2.5 seconds of requesting send me the world from the server of the wrong level, and then we start to destroy the objects, and then we tell the client all those objects are destroyed. We then kick off the new level on validate, and I'm curious if that is a pure scene object. Anyway, we don't seem to register that or that one. I'll just make a note. Should we have barrier as a prefab respawn and I don't think that's related. I think that's just, I've got 3 different types. Okay, so at this point, this frame here, more or less, the server has started. And then promptly the player goes, here I am. And then the player goes, here I am. So that's probably a valid add, but I say it looks like the client is just hammering the server during load. So we arrive here. So here, I say setting client ready, prepping to resend all scene objects. And then promptly, the next thing is another client trying to join. So it should have called set client. Like, how am I not seeing this? Like, I should be seeing set client internal ready for con, like immediately. The worst thing is, I'm 99% sure if I say open editor log, it will boot up Dev Studio and then crash. Sorry, mono. Yep, boots up mono. And then goes, can't find it. Like, I have no way to get this log out into a sensible... I can't even highlight multiple things. But at this point, the client seems to give up trying to... The client gives up trying to connect at 16. I bet you we've got 16 connections. I don't understand. I don't understand. So if I go up to the very top, you see, where we first call set client unready. Set client unready. Blip, blip. Set client ready. Whee! Okay, so here is my deduction. The client, for some reason, it can only successfully call ready in the start scene. Now, if I delay the client by 10 seconds, it's fine. But for some reason, once the server gets through to the second scene, for some reason, calling set client ready, which does nothing but call set client ready internal. Wait, hold on. One last thing. Because if my file name is in it, it will go... I don't know for 100% fact. That's the thing. So what I will do is here, when the error kicks off, it might be that I'm not seeing those just because of that. We're just going to do that. That's the last thing, and then I'm giving up, and I'm just going to become a hermit. Again, I miss working in a dev studio sometimes. Now's one of those times, because what I'd like to do is just sit down with a programmer and go through it until it works. Or they go, wow, that it really is broken. But then I usually have a very good email I can send through to Unity going, hello, I've looked at your stuff, and it's just a whole bunch of shite. But I'm assuming that none of you are high-end networking C# gurus. Hazard, I guess. Yeah, so the log file quality probably wasn't cranked up, so I was probably missing some log for the critical period, of course. So honestly, it's hilarious that the client manages to shout at the server 5 times during that loading period. 3, 2, 1. Blip. See, look, loaded, it's all fine, it's loaded. Engine's live in 5. Not for me. If you want to be a games programmer, you need to get really, not good, but you need to get really stoic about reading through log files. Okay, so set client unready, lobby, 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 lobby. Okay, destroy, destroy, destroy. Okay. The only object we have is network player object prefab. One objects, one objects, one objects, that's why. That's, again, I don't know if this is a Unity bug, but there's the issue. Just so I remember. So gotta load this, by the way. This is generating garbage. It's latest Andy 5.6.4.p1, but 5.6.4. So this is the issue. The dictionary is only returning one object. Now, what was this here? I think this has got something to do with observers. Okay, last thing, and then that's it. I'm just gonna say I'm off. I was really hoping this. I thought I'd fix this bug. You see. So if I do, wait, what? Yeah, all right. Let me type it first. Piece of shit. Huh? Oh, for fuck's sake. Have they genuinely given me a function with a bool, and I don't know what to return? Debug.log warning barrier size has new player colon as new observer dot name connection ID. That's a string. Observers dot add. Then what? Is it just true? Do I just return true? This documentation. They've given me a variable, they've given me a function, and just the definition of it, but they haven't told me. Then they've given me a bit of code, randomly. The on-rebuild service function is called on the class. Returns true if the player can see this object. Right. All players can always see the barrier at all times. I've no idea. Again, is this executed on the client? On the server? Is it executed on both? I'm guessing on the server because it doesn't make much sense to do it on the client. Because obviously the client might not know about the object. But yeah, as I said, it would be very nice if I could have someone just to sit down and chat about bugs with. Usually I'm pretty good. Usually I can just crack through a bug, but at this point, it's just poor documentation. It's like a nurse outfit. On the bright side, thanks to Saronin's log, I now have a much better clue about what's going on, and I'm sure I can fix it. I generally do fix bugs, generally speaking, even if the bug is... Come on, Unity, let me select that, thank you, right click, move. See, look at the timing, it's hilarious. I forgot I changed. Totally forgot. I'm sure it was a good fix though. Oh yeah, yeah. Ironically, I could probably fix this by not using this method. I think I've learned enough to actually use a completely different method, but that really, really misses the point. Would I put that in as a warning? As a log warning. Okay, good. There's only 67. Barrier awake. And if I collapse, I should get even less of these. Okay. Barrier has a new player. Huh. I'll very quickly make a build then, because it seems that only executed once. So either it's not executing on the client, on the either it is only executing on the server, or the documentation is wrong. Come on, Bill. Last run. Last run. Devtron, don't feel bad. I do that in other games. What game was it I did it in the other day? I've done it in Astroneers. I've done it in Dungeon Defenders. I've done it in Orcs Must Die. Look up F. I'm like, oh shit, wrong game. I've also, in other games, looked at dark areas and hit G, trying to make glow sticks appear. Right. Last go. If it doesn't work, Sarodin, thank you very much for that link. That's actually been very helpful. I am adding duct tape around a Unity bug, though. I'm sure of that. You don't get two yet. It didn't work though, did it? No, still nothing. Well, that's going to be the end of the stream. Sadly, I didn't get to, I was hoping to play with a bunch of you. I haven't done a big test of this game yet. Like, the actual issues are all related to... this setup. Once it's working, it's great. Total great. So I was really hoping to get this fixed. It's very rubbish. Server sent observers ID 1. What the fuck's ID 1? What has set local object? It's awful debug. Yeah, so yeah, barrier size has new player. Look at me. I've got to go in a moment, and I'm still like, I can. So that hasn't triggered here. That doesn't trigger, so that might be the problem. I genuinely can't tell. And this is, I'm really sure that's still the, yeah, okay, so the text-based pro text, that's the lobby readout. That is the local client connecting to itself. So at that point, the client, the network client has retried to connect 16 times to the server. And that was a valid connection. Wait, did I not wait long enough? I didn't see any of the errors. These are errors. Wait, hold on. Spawn objects. No, I think I may have actually. Oh, let me just do that again. Just once, just the one time. I'm going to put the quality to maximum, just so you can see the game doesn't look like you've seen it. The game looks really good, in my opinion. Frame rate might be a bit low, but it's not as if I'm going to get to play it, is it? So, connect for that one. If this works, I will laugh so much, but I don't think it's going to. I don't think it is. Yeah, so Ronan, the problem with those, trying to work out the timing of network things is hard. This is a hard bug, even if it's single machine. This sort of hard bug on a network is just, I just might as well just chew my own arm off. So hopefully you can see that it's looking a bit better already. Then if I can find that. On the bright side, I can reproduce this every time, and that's good. Like, if this was a 1 in 50, I would have 0 chance of doing it. Okay, so the... Player not ready, player not ready. So the server's just locked up. The client's going, hello, hello. Just going to get a little bit more log than last time, but I reckon that's about it. I reckon that's all I'm going to manage. But just want to show you that the game actually looks quite nice. And there's sunset. Wait for night time. Like, it's really quite a nice looking. Was it 4? No. The full day night cycle. And it runs really nicely when you're not trying to run 2 copies of it. Nope, still can't take off. 2 things to verify so I can put them into my brain and go away and have a think. 1, the client never gave up. Delay spawning, server not loaded, the client never gave up. And finally, I think the server gives up at... I think it does. But still, only one. So that looks perfectly valid here, absolutely. Like, the client there. Now, hold on. That's where the scene starts. That's what the scene starts. Duplicate layer player call for this is the scene. There, look. Settings form. Oh, no, that's the local player. That's the local player. For con 1. Okay, I think then we might actually have got a bit further. That's quite cool. So in this particular case, kind of looks like it should have done it. Barrier size has new player 1. Spawning objects for player 1. Sending spawn message for barrier object to the client. Added observer. I can't tell if that's me or not. Because obviously I'm running on a local thing. There's the client join. That's okay. That's us. But we don't get any more rejoins. Look, we don't get any more... we've already got a player. It's as if the client stopped. Interesting. Right, that is the end of it. Thank you very much for keeping me company through my troubled times. I will see you guys quite soon. And yeah, if any of you want to go over the code with me on Discord or something like that, give me a poke. I'll happily go through the code with you. It's a fucking nightmare. More rooms on Monday. Bye bye.